Hello and welcome to the Matter of Drag podcast, a bi-weekly Dungeons & Dragons podcast recorded live in the same room with Rob, the Dungeon Master,
Ben, playing Benard Weissmith, the half-elf warlock,
Marty, playing Snake Eye Stonefist, the Dwarven Rogue,
and Mario, playing Raven Broodwing, your human cleric.
We'd love to hear from you. If you want to get in touch with us, we're at Dragcast on Twitter. We're on the web at rattleboxgames.com/dragcast, or you can email us at dragcast@rattleboxgames.com. In the meantime, welcome to the second chapter of The Matter of Drag. Previously on the Matter of Drag podcast, Lharn, Benard, Raven, and their friend Grimble were set upon by winged beasts called Muidin on the road beside Farmer Hayes' fields on the outskirts of the town of Eaglewatch. Once they entered the town, they set about helping the good people of Eaglewatch with problems, big and small.
Farmer Moken.
All right, Farmer.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Farmer Moken
Getting right to business.
is over in the agricultural district. It turns out most of the population lives in the walls, even though as you came through on the road, you saw that the fields were out there. There's maybe some, subsistence level hobby farming in the walls, but there's not a lot of space. It turns out it's not the hardest thing in the world to find a swineherd's house. Between the signs and maybe asking Farmer Hay. I assume you run into Farmer Hay.
Yeah, he's probably there.
Hey, how's it going?
What, my name or catching my attention?
Both.
Oh, pretty good. What's going on, dudes?
Not a whole lot. Hey, you know Farmer Moken.
Oh, Moken, yeah, he's a good guy.
You care to introduce us? That would be really helpful.
Here, let me write a letter of introduction.
I like the farmers around here. They actually know how to write.
The scroll he hands you, it's written in dirt, but the calligraphy is incredible. And he rolls it up, hands it to you, and it's a letter of introduction from Farmer Hay to Farmer Moken on your behalf.
You are a wonderful man. You know that? I'm going to go and shake his hand again and slip some more gold into his pocket.
All right.
I'm going to slip in another 2 gold pieces.
Oh, he didn't roll well. Oh, you've got him.
14
You
plus
got him
7,
cold.
yeah. 21. I'm going to slip him another 2 gold pieces
Nice.
into his pocket. Hey, you should probably take the missus out sometime soon, I'm sure she probably wants to have a night out in the town,
Will do.
All right, you take good care, hey.
Right on. And he walks out of sight.
I feel like that's just a thing. Every time I see him, I'm going to end up giving him money. Because
You're gonna
I
be
just
broke.
feel so bad for him because he's just so poor. Like, at some point, I'm going to have so much to give. I'm just going to, slip new clothes in his pocket. I'm going to get a sleight of hand roll so high, I'm literally going to change his clothes into Benard's fine clothes without him even noticing.
Excellent.
And Benard's going to be, wearing, the sack.
What happened?
All right. So you're in front of Farmer Moken's abode. Fortunately, whereas there aren't no swine here, there aren't no pigs, there's still some pigs here. And the smell, once again, it's aromatic.
Smells
You
like
guys have been
pig.
doing great on the smells. The goats,
Yeah.
the Muidin.
The
and
Muidin
now-
would be different. Like pigs, I feel like it's at least recognizable.
Yeah.
Are there any
life.
pigs of unusual size here?
You know what? You can do a pigception check.
Yes.
Pigception.
I got a +2 to my pigception, so that's a 15.
I got an 8 in pigception.
I actually have a 3, so it's a 16 in
Apparently,
pigception.
I know everything about pigs.
He sees all
He
pigs.
drops a 20.
He knows where all the pigs are outside of the compound.
Raven draws you a diagram showing the pigs by color, by size, by weight, by gender. It's like a Punnett square with footnotes and lineages. He knows the swine herd of Eagle's Watch at a level of granularity that is shocking.
Hold on to that. We might be able to sell that to this guy.
And whereas
to say.
they do fall on a bell curve, there aren't any huge ones.
You totally drew a bell curve
yeah.
in your D&D notes.
Are there any that are large enough for a dwarf to ride? I am pretty small. I have not given up on my dream of riding a pig of unusual size.
Please wait to ride the pigs until after we're friends with the Mokans.
Well, yeah, I want to buy one.
There doesn't
Okay,
appear to be.
okay.
There doesn't appear to be a pig of
But
sufficient
you know what? He might
size.
know where I can find a big pig.
All right, so there you are, standing out in the street in front of Farmer Moken's house. As you knock on the door, you hear a din of squeals because apparently the pigs are not just out in the yard. They're also in the house. You know, when your dog's trying to get out or your cat's trying to get out the door, she does that sort of half in, half out, opening the door. Like
Pushing them with their foot. No,
exactly,
get away from the
all
door.
that.
It's not for you.
And a woman greets you and says, "Hello,
Are you Farmer Moken?
I am."
Here, I have this for you from Farmer Hay. When I hand her the letter of introduction.
She says, "Oh, lovely. You boys look nice. It says here you stabbed him with a dagger."
Wait, what?
That was all a misunderstanding.
Did
but
we not read that?
Well, I mean, he doesn't seem upset about it, but
okay.
you
no,
stabbed him
he's
with a
he's a
dagger?
really good guy. That was by mistake.
Well,
we cleared that
one
up,
of
though.
us did.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was very nice enough to give me my dagger back, actually.
Well, how can I help you, nice boys?
We heard you have a daughter named Dee.
All right, this is getting creepy.
Yeah, this is not a good
Three
way.
dudes roll up to my door.
No. This isn't for us.
All right, this is not getting better.
Wait. Can I interject? We are selling pig analysis services. We are, yeah.
PAS, yes.
Uh-huh. Have you heard? We are Broodwing, Stonefist, and Vismith. And yeah, so we just started up a new firm, and we're going to all the pig farmers. You would be our first client. We'd be great. We'd be super happy about it if we could get you as our client. We actually just very quickly, this was a real rough draft that we have here. We have an analysis of of all the pigs, just all of them.
You do?
Oh yeah. This is Raven's specialty is the math.
Ooh.
And if you could just hand her the beautiful graphs that you've made.
Oh, can I see?
I hand her my in-depth analysis of pigs, apparently.
No, this is completely on us, free of charge. If you're interested, go ahead and just think in my direction. I could do that as long as I'm within 30 feet. Or where are we going to be? Hold on 1 second. Where are we staying?
I don't even think
We don't have a place.
Oh,
We can give her a place.
We're actually staying with our friend the blacksmith Morthel.
I know Morthel.
Right.
He's a nice boy.
If you need us, if you're interested in our services any more than what we've already given you, go ahead and go to Morthel's place. He knows where to find us. We're just getting started in this town, so you
Well,
understand.
did you just say where? I like your charts more than your where.
I'm sorry, it's a
Do you know what where means in Eagle Watch?
no.
Me neither. I wish the young people would tell me.
Oh, I'll find out for you. That'll be on the
Okay.
house. That'll be, if you decide to go with our services, I'll get you a where definition. Whatever that is, I'll get it.
Oh, I hope it's nice. Where. Well, So-
Find out what a whoa.
did you explain to her? So you're just selling swine analysis services?
Yeah, I'm making this up.
Okay, well,
This is a long game.
Real
This
quick.
is a long
so
game.
I heard a rumor in the pub that our buddy Morthel actually kind of has a thing for your daughter, and he's in the market to get married. So
what?
that's why I was bringing up your daughter Dee earlier. Not anything for us or anything. We're not.
We're here for pig analysis services.
Right. I
stories are-
like to see that people are happy. I like to make sure that everybody leads good, happy lives. And, Morthel is just such a great guy, and he's so smitten with your daughter that I wanted to see if I could bring them together. I don't know if, how you feel about that, but,
Well,
because on the side, I actually kind of run a matchmaking service.
we could probably work something out, but I have something that I want.
Oh God, another damn fetch quest.
You mean a free pig analysis is not enough?
I
That's
mean,
fine.
I love it.
All right, let's
but
hear
Can
it
I
out,
tell you
Bill.
something?
Yeah,
You already gave it to me.
that's true.
um,
Man, she owned me.
I just, they never told you not,
Hey.
why buy the pig when you can get the pig milk for free?
To be fair,
Well-
you could have just held it up and let her see it.
Well, I'm not a pig farmer. She wouldn't know that idiom right off the top of her head. I wouldn't. That's fair.
This is the sort of things you have to learn when you're doing freelance pig analysis surveys. And, you
just
taught us a
see-
valuable lesson as our first customer. So
Amazing.
I would like to extend my thanks and gratitude to you for that.
She says, you know what? You're very welcome. You're a kind young man. Let's shake hands. And she roll a 20-sider. Okay, she rolled. I'd like everyone to say what she rolled.
She rolled a 20.
She puts a piglet in your pocket. She shakes your hand.
I gotta add that to my character sheet. I have a piglet now.
You didn't steal it. It was stolen to you. You just had a piglet
It was reverse
stolen.
theft.
Yeah,
I-
stolen into your
I
pocket.
literally, she just reverse stole a pig into my pocket.
Yes.
So
That's got to be a first for your entire D&D career. I feel
know,
like
this
that's
might-
never happened.
I can't say for sure, but it could be a first in all of D&D.
Fair
In
enough.
all of literature.
I think just the last 5 minutes. has
Reverse
been a-
stealing.
Reverse stealing, specifically a piglet. All right, so she
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
She knows the tricks.
she's one sly old dame.
And I didn't even notice.
No, you didn't.
No.
Not yet. She says, "My boy E, one day he will inherit all that I own,
All of piggendom.
the whole shebang. But I don't want this life for him. He's my sweet boy, and his disposition is not. It's not right. If you could see to helping him find a job, a career in a clean trade, well, then we could talk a little about D. We could see, first of all, I think we'd see where D stands. She has feelings.
Oh, are those
Agreed.
important?
D,
I would say so, yeah.
you hear from upstairs. He's great, Mom. Okay, well, so
Question number 1. What do you consider a clean trade?
something. Have you seen the floor here?
Oh, so you actually want him to get into a trade where he cleans.
If
A
need
cleaning
be,
trade.
but a trade where he's not as fully impregnated with pig slop and
He
excrement.
impregnates pigs.
Oh boy.
That's
Okay.
awkward.
Well, either which way. So you want him in a non-pig related field. Am I right?
Yes, something where he's not constantly covered in filth.
All right, something where he can keep his clothes clean for more than 5 minutes. Got it.
That, you know what? That'd be swell. Did you say you boys need somewhere to stay?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh, and that'd be really easy to get in contact with us about this pig analysis service that we're still.
Can I recommend over in the residential district? There's the Six Banks Inn. It's a nice place to stay. Sometimes celebrities stay there.
Why do they call it the Six Banks Inn? Is it because there's 6, river banks? Or are there 6, banks as in money and money changers and vaults?
Each
around
river
there?
has 2 banks. There are 3 rivers. And we
Sounds
have a
about
lot
right.
of money, so we have 6 banks in the walls.
Oh,
All of
wow.
it. All of it is what
It
she's
really
saying.
it lined up pretty great. I mean, this guy, can I tell you, Arlus, who runs the Six Banks Inn, he's a good namer.
Oh, you mean of inns? He's a good namer.
Oh
of
my
inns.
God! I mean, I think that's why he got into the game.
How many inns does he have?
Just the one, but he named the pig excrement out of it. I should probably get back to trying to sweep some of the pig filth out.
All right. Well, keep us in mind. You know.
Does E have any experience with brewing ale or serving?
E, Do you have any experience with brewing ale? You know, a little.
Like an illegal still or something like that.
Let's not get into it with strangers, Mom.
All right, fair enough. All right, I just needed an idea about his resume. So, okay, all right, perfect.
Is E within 30 feet of me?
Yeah, likely so.
I talk into his head.
Like illegal stairs?
You just hear screaming from upstairs. What's happening?
What's wrong with him?
There's a voice in my head. Help me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We might need to get your son to calm down before we might be able to find him a better job. I mean, just saying.
It's weird because he's usually got a pretty level head.
You know what? You should probably go make him some tea. He's probably just his sugars are probably pretty low, and it's affecting his thinking process right now. I would say go make him a nice cup of tea, have him take a nice bath or something, lay down, take a nap, and then when he gets up, tell him to write his resume. If he can write his resume in such fine calligraphy as Farmer Hay can write, I'm sure I can find him a job anywhere. Even at one of those vaults.
She reaches into her pocket and pulls out a scroll, and she says, "It just so happens I have his resume right here."
Oh, you are on top of things, ma'am. Thank you very much.
This is the thing I'm trying. It's my pigs and getting my son out of the filth. Those are my two goals right now.
Sounds about right. Hey, you wouldn't by chance happen to have a lead on a really big pig?
Really?
That
big?
wouldn't have a problem wearing a saddle, would you?
You know what?
Big tusks.
Do you know what? That sounds like a boar. That sounds like a boar.
Would you have a lead on a boar?
I'll keep my ears to the ground. If you work on this
Excellent.
If you work on the E thing, we could work on the D thing. We could work on the boar thing. We get everything done.
So since that went so well
Well,
with E, I'm going to try it with D now, and I'm going to talk into D's head and say, what's the blacksmith's name?
Morthal.
Morthal, yeah.
So I'm just going to ask her,
Do you like Morthal? Do you like him?
Oh, the voices are back.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
I'm asking you a question.
I do. He's ever so sweet and brawny.
If you could meet us outside tonight, at like right when it gets dark, go to the blacksmith. Can you get out of the house?
There's a door. There's a door.
Well,
but
your mom seems like the type to be kind of controlling.
Yes, she
about
will
it,
not
but-
like your plan.
Oh, but can you do it? is the-
Mom, the voices want me to come outside at dark. Young men?
What?
Who's talking? What are you? Your kids have problems. I don't know what you...
All right.
How is this our fault?
Let's not insult the nice lady's kids.
They are yelling about voices.
Let's go search for a job for E.
This is going to be hard, lady. This is going to be hard.
You know what, though? No stone is too big to move. We got this, okay? We got you.
All right, I'm going to go start bathing the pigs.
Sounds like a good
I'm going to draw a bath for E. I'm sorry.
What?
All right, that makes sense, yeah.
Marty's. Or I'm sorry, that was Lharn's suggestion.
so we're
Tea and a bath.
so we are leaving now.
Raven looks like he has something
She shuts
to say.
the door.
I was just thinking, like, in terms of this profession,
Okay.
could you just go into, like, the
Adventuring.
smithing or armory,
Whatever.
even trade?
We're gonna have to figure it out and
Yeah.
come back to
All
it.
right.
I
It's
tried.
a good
I tried
idea
to.
to have multiple job prospects. That's a
Yes.
good idea.
So I'll even write smithing and then banking. No, not banking. Inning.
Yeah, brewing at the inn.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so we need to hit the inn and the college.
Okay. Yeah. All
Which one do you guys want to go to first?
Well, we did come here to go. Wait, why did we came here because of Grimble? But then we got a thing. Oh man, we are.
I don't even know
sidetracked.
why we were with Grimble in the first place. I really don't even remember. It's the booze. I really got to stop drinking.
I
Guys.
think we were just fleeing what happened. Do you remember that? You were thrown down a hill.
Vaguely. It's all kind of a blur. I just remember
Guys.
buying some new clothes.
Guys,
Yeah, what?
I think that armor really wanted us to go to the college.
That's
Oh,
true.
yeah,
He
true.
was
There's
a big stickler for education. We should probably check it out, see if they've got any night classes. They might also have a master's program, and I could really get my master's in thievery right now, so let's head over there.
Okay.
Sound good?
Is that where we're going? We're going. Okay, well, let's go there.
Well, you guys talk it out.
I mean, that's my vote, but it's up to you guys.
No,
too.
we'll go. We'll go. I'll go. We were supposed to go to the college in place.
It's
So-
all it is literally up to you guys.
Yeah.
All right. This building is, as we said, difficult to miss from miles away, let alone when you're up on it. You pull up to the college, and once again, this is a glorious building. It's one of the few structures that's built almost entirely of stone in the town.
That's some good stonework.
It is. As a dwarf, I think you'd know that, and you're not wrong. It is a well-constructed building. The dome of this building, as we said, glistening. It's been leafed with gold, so it's really a glory to see. You come up to the large doors, which are closed, and they're made of a burnished wood, riveted with brass, hung on beefy hinges, and you're there, standing on the top of the steps in front of doors. Congratulations. You've won the game. Dun, 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 dun.
Did they say this was a cleric college?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, finally something I can do.
I was going to say, you might want to take the reins on this one then.
Yeah.
I don't really know much about clericing, and I'm probably not going to find any brochures on classes that I want to take, so I think you should take the lead on this one.
All right, so I go up to the doors and see if they're open, unlocked.
They are.
Okay, and I open them.
Good job! You guys have opened the door. Yes. All right. So you go in, and it is a building that they don't restrict access because it's something that the community can interact with.
It's a community college.
Womp womp.
But as you go in, you're greeted sort of in front of the door. There's a desk, and at the desk is a...
Receptionist?
Well, no, he's actually sort of... I was going to say a young boy, but he's not a young boy. He's an old boy, but he's not. But he's not. He's not a young man. He is sort of 13-year-old boy. He's there. He was sort of
He's a preteen.
doing some studying, and he looks up and sees you guys, and he says, "Welcome. What business do you guys have at the college? Welcome to Eagle Watch Cleric College. How's it going, dudes? You some righteous dudes."
Dude. What?
Oh, yeah.
Wah, 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 wah.
Wah wah wah! No joke! Wah 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 wah!
I'm cool.
Wah 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 for
You
life.
should find out.
I can't just ask him.
Hey, what does wah, 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 wah mean?
In his head.
No, you could just say
Oh, wait.
into his head.
Oh, I said-
what he thinks back.
Or like
Try
tell
and
him
say it
to.
in his voice.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. All right, I'll say in his voice.
Yeah, so
Ooh,
he
so
thinks
this
he's
has to
thinking
like I
it.
have to do it.
Oh, an impersonation. I think there's got to be a
in
role
fact,
there.
you should be like, what means?
Whoa, 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 what means?
All right, roll to see if he convinced him that it's him thinking this.
16.
Wait,
what
what
is
do
the role I'm doing? Is this the
I assume
magic
persuasion
stuff? Persuasion
or deception. Is there a performance?
Deception.
There's a
Performance.
deception, so that's plus 4.
As well.
Deception or performance.
You can choose.
I'll choose deception, and that's a plus 4. 20 total.
You know what? It turns out this 13-year-old boy, that's good enough. He's like, wah 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 wah. You have to figure out what the hell wah 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 means.
That's kind of what I thought.
I say under my breath. I said whoa, 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 means, and he said whoa, 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 whoa back.
Yeah.
To finish it.
You know what? Wah 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 wah. It's the battle cry for one of the other goat cart racers.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. We definitely
when
don't want to be
when
walking
he
around saying that.
when he hits the track, everyone yells wah 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 wah. So it's Gavar
Gavar.
or Gafar. People pronounce it either way. Gafar, and I need to write that down because that became canon just now.
Yep. Gafar's battle cry. I've marked off one of my many backlogs. It was to fix.
Is Gafar like the rival to Grimble?
He's one of the other big names in goat cart racing. He's sort of the local favorite. He's been coming up. So we figured out the eldritch secret of wah 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 wah.
Yeah, that's gonna be That's going to be a letdown when I let Smokin know that. That's really...
She might be pretty happy with it. Maybe
It
she's
depends.
a fan.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, she didn't know, right?
Yeah, she had no idea.
He's like, yeah. Well, he thinks to himself, well, of course, Walla Walla means that you ride with Gavar. Everyone knows that.
Is it Gafar or Gavar?
It's pronounced either way. It's Gafar.
Oh, okay.
But F is pronounced V very frequently in this area. You'd sound more intelligent if you pronounced it as a V, but everyone would understand you if you pronounced it as an F. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay. Fair enough.
That's written down.
Wow.
That's good.
I got in the weeds.
That is deep.
Okay.
That's going to
All
be in a
right.
wiki someday when this is huge. There's
no.
going to be a wiki.
In the Eagle Watch town, if you pronounce your F's wrong,
If you
They
pronounce
think
an
you're an
F
idiot.
as a soft F, you're a hillbilly.
soft F's are intelligent. Hard F's are dumb, right? Hard F's are dumb people.
It's actually
smart.
V. It's V is what you pronounce. So Gavar
Yeah.
or Gafar.
Okay.
Gafar kind of sounds like what you'd want to do fast in a goat cart race. You want a Gafar. That wasn't on purpose, and I'm so sorry if I left that in for you people to have to listen to. I really apologize.
Okay, so we figured out what whoa 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 means. Now what do we do?
Wah, 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 wah.
Next item.
Next item is a little boy said hello to you. What do you do?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing okay.
You got any pamphlets on what classes you got here?
Well, sure. Mostly clerics. That's the class for clerics college.
Well, all right. Where's the pamphlets?
Well, here
My buddy
he takes
here
a piece of
would
paper
like
and
some
he writes the
pamphlets.
word cleric on it, and he says, "There's the class."
Your handwriting is atrocious.
Well, I'm no hay, but I get by.
Hey,
I'm just an orphan boy.
Hey, Mr. Boy.
The name's Bakjen.
Yeah, whatever. I didn't ask.
Okay. I'm sorry, sir.
What kind of things do you offer here? Seeing
look,
as
I'm
I
ju-
am a cleric.
Oh, you're an adept. I don't really offer much except greetings. But here at the college, you mean?
Yeah, Ovs.
You know, sort of everything you'd expect at a clerical college. We have supplies, we have classes, and for the people, we offer religious guidance, counseling.
Hard pass.
We care for the ill. We oversee the orphanage for the district. I'm one of the orphans, although I'm sort of the best boy there, so I stay here and assist the high cleric.
You should really do something about that.
Yeah, it's a weird thing to brag about.
Yeah.
My dead parents. I guess I didn't really. That's a pretty humble brag. I guess. What are you looking for, sir? We here at the Eagle Watch College of Clerics pride ourselves on helping our brethren.
What do you have to offer in spell knowledge or tomes or something?
Well, boy, we have a whole lot. I don't know how to put this exactly, because I'm just an orphan. I'm just a poor boy from a dead family. The clerics here, we have many clerics, and their skill ranges from just beginning to walk the path of enlightenment to the high cleric whose power is vast and almost at times, to me, can I tell you the truth, a little terrifying. So basically, if it's cleric-y, you're in the right place. How would I put this? If you sort of looked at your level of experience as sort of and gave it a numeric value, where maybe the high cleric is sort of around 20, and where would you put yourself on that scale?
I don't know. Probably a 1.
Oh, don't sell yourself short. I'd say you're at least a 2 or a 3.
I think we're close to 2.
There's definitely plenty to learn here for someone who's on the path but not fully steeped in the deep knowledge of the religious magics
This is
of our
making me
world.
want some tea. Steeping tea.
You know what? I hear Moken was making some tea. Farmer Hay told me that Moken's making some tea.
Man, that guy gets around.
You aren't kidding.
He wasn't even there. We suggested that. This dude, who is Farmer Hay? What is going on?
I think that's a tale for another time.
I will get there.
So this is, in fact, and you'd have some knowledge of this, that this is the seat for clerical knowledge for this section of the country, and actually it's one of the most renowned schools for clerics in the whole of Drag. This is a powerful place of learning and healing and worship.
So basically, I can come back here, but like more when I'm experienced.
Well, I mean, you've already got your spells. Like, that's actually a reasonable question. If you wanted to do some studying, this is a place where you could do some studying.
Would he just be able to like walk into a room and read a book? And that counts as studying? How does the mechanics of studying work? That's actually, I don't know how that works.
Don't even bother looking it up.
I don't think it's in there.
It works the way I say it.
Yeah, even if it is in there, just...
Bak Jen says, I kind of heard you guys talking to the dungeon master, and as I said, we're very welcoming here. But before you could go into the library, you definitely have to talk higher clerics than me, because once again, my only qualification is being a tween and having dead parents.
Orphan. What's your main selling point?
Yeah, you need to get over that. Quick.
Yes, sir. Do you want me to call the high cleric for you?
No.
We'll do that ourselves.
We'll do it ourselves.
Whoa.
He scrawls out a little note with his un-Hay-esque script and hands you a little drawing of how to get to.
Should
the
I
high
mention to
cleric.
him about the region? Or should I just tell the high clerics?
It's your call.
All right. Hey, boy, kid.
Bak Chen, but yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Should probably mention the armorer in town. He told us to
Morthal?
come here.
Morthal? Yeah.
Morthal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm bad with names. I really don't care.
It sounds like you're bad with caring. You might be
Yeah.
fine with names.
Yeah, whatever. On to important things. You probably would like to know that there were some Muijin
What?
that attacked us on the way
no.
here.
No, that can't be. It's too soon.
But they can.
No.
What does this mean?
You need to. I can't. I'm just a boy. You need to see the high cleric now.
Waste my life.
Let me take you there. And he starts walking into the college toward, well, somewhere in the college. You guys don't know where.
Ooh.
And he actually takes you. Yes.
Does his desk look like it has anything valuable in or around it?
It just has him practicing his handwriting on a script.
So there's like a bottle
on
of ink and a
scroll.
quill pen, and okay, and some paper too.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
You know what is? No, come back for that.
Don't do it, Lharn.
Don't do what? Anyway,
Now, can you hear? Do you have to initiate the conversation?
I'm not sure what the
yeah,
mechanics
I
are.
don't think he can read minds. It's just
Yeah, I
he
can communicate, so
he
I
can
can-
communicate, and they can respond
Yeah.
back, but they can't talk directly to his mind without him initiating.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. So when I told Moken that she could just think in my direction, that was also a lie. She would just start doing that for no reason. But yeah, I think I have to talk first and then wait
Okay.
for a response.
He takes you over, and actually, he does lead you toward a library. The shelves are lined with piles of scrolls, with books chained to the shelves. There are torches on the wall, and sitting at a large desk covered in papers and scrolls is a human man, who is legitimately old, and he's poring over these documents as you enter the room. And he says, "Bak Jen, what have I told you? No distractions. This time is critical, and I must continue my studies." And Bak Jen says, "You're going to want to hear these gentlemen's stories, sir. They've got important information." "Very well. Very well. I don't remember how I was talking a minute ago. Switching between voices that quickly is not good. He looks at you, the three of you. I assume you're still a little slimy. You're dusty. I don't know if there's not still a little goat smell on you. And he says, what can I do to help you?
We were attacked by some Muijin on the way here.
Muidin?
Muijin, yeah.
Muidin.
Muijin?
Muidin.
Oh. Well, I'm embarrassed now.
Wait, here, roll. All right, now you roll. Oh, yeah, you lost the embarrassment check. You do 4 points of blushing damage. Oh, no. That's awful news. It's too soon.
What does this
Too
mean
soon
for
for
us?
what?
You don't know much about Muidin, I suppose. But then you wouldn't. Something that you do know about the Muidin is that it's an animal that, if it's not specific to this area, it's certainly very prevalent here. And it turns out that the cleric, the high cleric of the college, knows quite a bit about the Muidin. So he says, do you want the long story or the short story?
Short story, definitely.
They're bad.
Longer. I'd like longer.
Okay, the life cycle of a Muidin is awful. Every stage. It's also predictable and long. Every 60 years, a new batch of Muidin is born, and immediately at their birth, they seek out sustenance. They feed voraciously, and we're expecting the new clutch to hatch soon, but not this soon.
About how big is a batch? Like, are we talking about a baker's dozen here, or what?
Well, a brood could be of sort of an indeterminate size, sort of, how long is a piece of string? There could be dozens or hundreds. If the hatching occurs presently, we're not ready yet.
This could be very lucrative.
I will say,
Yes.
I know a little bit about Muidin. These Muidin didn't look great. They looked like they were messed up.
God, thank you for noticing that.
So
I was gonna say they're kind of jacked up.
yeah. So was that maybe
Oh,
they're
they were probably runts. Yes, they were probably early hatchlings who were they malformed?
oh, yeah.
Very much.
Couldn't even grab a dude.
So picture a sock made out of bacon that's not cooked, and then you shove a lot of teeth in there. Did their mouths look like that, except you took another one and put all of its teeth in there too?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the early hatchlings often have too many teeth.
Yeah.
This is horrible news. The eggs are quickening. I don't suppose. Well, first of all, I guess let me introduce myself. My name is Phaetor Galu.
How do you spell that? I'm just kidding.
It's fine. And when I was a young curate, some 60 years ago, the orphanage was located outside of town, and there was a hatching. Every orphan that was in that orphanage. Well, here, let me see if I want to read this or not. What's up?
Did they die?
1 second. So every orphan child in the district is brought to to our orphanage, the orphanage of Ihad. And 60 years ago, at the last hatching, it was visited by a flock of hatchling Ihad. I'm sorry, of hatchling Muidin. They flew into the orphanage from the mountain at night and consumed every curate and child that slept there that night. Their screams, they mingled with the blood-curdling calls of the feeding beasts and woke the whole town. Not only did every guard pour from the city walls to meet the threat, but every man, woman, and child poured out. Tragically, by the time we reached them, it was too late. All we saw was them flying off into the moonlight, When we got into the orphanage, it was so befouled by venom and filth, mixed with the blood of our lost innocents, that rather than clean it, we burnt it to the ground.
That's pretty messed up.
It was pretty,
Yeah,
you know what,
pretty
can I
dark.
tell you something? It was pretty messed up. So here's my fear. There's a new brood hatching. We've moved the orphanage into the town, but I don't know that that'll be enough. Yes.
Do you know where these things usually are developing before they hatch? Like roughly the area.
They roost in the large mountain, Eagle Watch Mountain.
Is there anything that guards them?
Well, see this window? You see that mountain? That's pretty tall. Getting up there.
Right.
Getting up there is no easy feat, no mean feat. The height protects them. Their eyries are way up, are far up the sides of the mountain.
So what you're telling me is it's going to be a bit of a walk.
Well, yes, just to get to the foot of the mountain is quite a walk.
Nah, I got some rope. I can climb it.
Okay.
Well, you are a dwarf, right?
Yeah, I like to climb things.
Are you offering to help us?
Oh no! Wait, hold on. We've got missions here. We've
Wait,
got
wait. I investigate
So we're gonna-
when I think there's business prospects.
So we're gonna abandon the pig farmer. We're
No,
gonna
nobody's
abandon.
abandoning.
We're gonna help
anybody.
them.
This is.
Nobody's abandoning.
I'm just
anybody.
saying it's a big
All
responsibility
right.
to
So
fight a
what
whole
I'm
bunch
gonna
of...
need from you, I can deal with these things if you can provide me some able-bodied men, a bunch of carts, and some climbing gear,
Let me see.
and as much
Man.
high-proof alcohol and flasks as you can get me.
You know, can I tell you something?
Sure.
Farmer Hay was by recently, and he said that you guys really love flasks. That you're just sort of all about flasks.
Oh, I love them.
Here's what I can do for you. I need to keep our strength here to protect the young in case the beasts return. I can give you a cart. I can give you alcohol. I can give you ornate flasks that will stir your heart.
Oh, I don't need
And I
ornate.
can give you the climbing
The
gear.
less ornate that you have, the better, because they're not coming back.
Can you put my name on one of them? Just one.
I could talk to the glass blower.
It's a glass flask.
Well, I mean, we do make some healing potions, salves,
Oh,
unguents.
I'm thinking different flasks. Sorry.
Hip flask?
Yeah.
That's not how we roll.
All right. Well, they're
Well-
much easier to fit.
Do you think you could get the city to lend me a few of your guardsmen and a few more carts? I might need several carts. I'll get rid of your Mooey Din problem as long as you don't have a problem with me taking ownership over anything I find up there or anything, as in Mooey Din, I find up there.
Well, for
I
my
got
part,
a good idea for a side business. That armor is going to make us a lot of money.
Wait, you said that like to the like behind your hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
you
so
know
that
what?
he didn't hear it.
He probably heard it, but that's okay.
Okay. Okay.
I think we're gonna break the rules. I think that it's at the point where, if Raven or if Lharn look at you, like there was enough time
If they can
where you were
secretly.
on the road, and at the maybe some of the smells coming from the goats were not all goat smell, as Grimble was piloting, and you didn't want to say anything in front of him.
So
you-
they're like
gotta,
my
like,
familiars.
you know,
Almost.
that raised eyebrow look, and he like,
I just didn't like they
And you can
as soon
start
as
the
they look,
connection.
I just go boop.
yeah.
Okay,
So
sounds good. So that was in my head then.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I will allow that, and I'll allow that. I'll allow that anytime in the
We're
future.
going to be rich.
Yeah.
So, Fetor Galu points out that whereas he'll be happy to give you any supplies that he can, he's not in charge of the guards of the town. And
but you'd be able to put in a good word for us, right? With this lordy guy that you got up here.
he says, Farmer Hay, come here.
Oh God! If it's Farmer Hay, I swear to God.
Could you write a note for me? And Farmer Hay said, I'd be happy to.
How did he do that?
I get around. And he writes out a beautifully, I mean, just, it's illuminated. It's like the golden ratio is all over this thing. Somehow he finds a pot of ink on the table that's got gold. It's just gorgeous. And it basically, it's a note that then Fetor Galu signs, and it says, these men are going to help our city with the Muidin problem, and please render them any assistance that you think is safe to offer.
Ooh. Hey, Fetor,
Yes?
I have one more question.
Yes. Is it why my voice keeps changing?
I
I hope it isn't. I hope you didn't notice that.
No, I could care less.
Oh, that's a shame, because if you knew that, there'd be no end to your power. But go on.
Maybe I'll think about it later. But more important things.
Yeah, no. You do you. What's up?
Why did these Muidin, attack the orphanage?
It was on the outskirts of town between us and the mountain, and when they hatch, they're ravenous. They need to find food, and unfortunately, these poor children, they were the closest thing that they could eat, and there were so many of both of them, the monsters and the children. Not a single child from the orphanage who slept there that night survived.
So they're not just, drawn to orphans?
Well, they're pretty good at sort of conning the sitch, and turns out they've got good chances against sleeping orphans. They get advantage on rolls against sleeping children.
Oh, wow.
I think it was more opportunity than anything else. I mean, we've moved the orphanage inside the walls of the town, but I fear that that's not sufficient. And God save us if they've developed a taste for the flesh of children.
Specifically orphans.
Yeah, I really think Bogjan would find that a super bummer.
Yeah.
But he's as the best boy, he stays here so he can help the curates, the clerics here at the college. But
We might have to, take him with. He could be useful as bait or something. I mean, not
what?
bait.
What are you talking about? No bait. I don't know. What?
Can I tell you that we're really not about using orphaned children as bait here?
Bait. I didn't say bait.
He
I
meant
said
bait he meant bay, as in.
I thought he said
This is
date.
not
I
getting
thought he
better.
said
Are you going to
he was
season
going
my
to get him a
orphan?
date with a 13-year-old
Yeah,
girl
yeah.
or something. He's
Yeah.
at that age,
Bay with another age-appropriate orphan.
orphan, yeah.
Of whichever gender he desires. This is weird. I'm going to stop helping now.
All right, you know what? This sitch is getting pretty real. Maybe you guys should hit the bricks, because
Backgen coming with us?
slime monster. You know what? I'm going to hold on to the boy because you're stone cold creeping me out. Farmer Hay told me you guys were making some weird advances on D, or was it E? Well, anyway, those got an F.
Wait, what can you tell me about the Muiden or Muiden, whatever the hell they're called?
They're
Is there anything they're particularly not fond of, like say
good question.
fire or
stabbing.
Well,
Good
yeah,
question.
those two.
They're allergic to being stabbed to death.
Are they immune to anything?
Poison. They're
immune to
poison. They are immune to poison
So the poison we harvested is useless.
against.
I would imagine they wouldn't be,
Since it's
Yeah,
in
but-
their mouths.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
that
would
makes
imagine
sense.
they'd be, yeah.
They become more active in the warmer weather. So
Maybe cold stuff?
cold probably wouldn't help.
So fire is out then. I mean, does fire hurt them?
Well, I know that the curates have in the past used things like, I don't know, sacred flame to cleanse their black souls from this plane.
That just happened, too.
All right.
Short-term memory problems, huh?
No. I'm just
Noted.
formulating a plan. The gears are turning.
Okay.
Is there anyone around here that would be able to sell me some saltpeter, maybe some black powder?
For what are you trying to accomplish?
I just want to make some bombs and blow this up.
Liking it.
Specifically, the Mooey Den.
Oh, I was thinking about fracking. Oh, that's a different process.
This is a house of God.
Right, okay, well, I'm pretty sure that whichever god is listening to us right now would be pretty happy with us helping you guys out, because clearly this isn't our problem. I mean, this isn't our town. We could just move on.
We could just leave.
We're just trying to help you guys
He
out.
reaches under the desk and pulls out a jar, and he says, I'm just saying, swear jar.
All right, I'm going to roll... I'm going to roll for sleight of hand.
Okay.
Try to take some stuff.
11. Okay.
Plus 7.
Plus 7 is 18. I'm going to deftly drop a gold coin in and take 6 back.
Well, let's see how much is in there.
Yeah.
There was 6.
There's-
So he didn't notice it.
There's only
I'm
one
gonna
in there.
drop one in, but take one out.
You can take both out.
But I'm
And
going
it's
to leave
empty.
one.
Okay. All right.
So you're even.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Priesty dude. All right, so if you can find us a guy that can sell us black powder, and maybe if there's anybody around who has like little pebbles or something like that, and then I need bags, lots of bags.
The black powder. I'm not familiar with that, but perhaps if you talked to Tan, the priestess at the Temple of Digo of the Deep Flame.
That's a long name.
Just Tan. She's cool with that.
All right, cool.
Tan.
T-A-N, but it's like there was an H, but it's not there for real. But
Well, I'm just
you know,
gonna
like
write
this,
it with an H.
the little tent over the A.
I'll never remember what that means. I'll just write TAHN.
She'll-
No one else will look at it. We'll be fine.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
It would hurt her feelings if she saw that you put the H there.
She won't see it.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Remember that.
I remember.
Feelings.
I got it.
Okay.
She will not see it. I hope she doesn't. There's a lot of stuff written here. Not great.
Okay. And with that, he turns back to his studies. And Farmer Hay jets.
Bye, hey.
Hey,
Oh, wait. My name? Or are you trying to get my attention?
both.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good. Pretty good.
All right, I'll see you later. We got to go talk to Ton.
TTFN.
Ta-ta for now.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So,
We go to the inn. I'm tired. It's been a long day. And I'm almost dead still. And we're in a cleric school, and nobody offered to help.
I kind of bitterly. I'm saying this out loud in front of Fedor Galu, and I'm looking at him like,
Okay. You are healed for... How many damage do you have?
I'm down 4. So I'm
You're
at
healed,
3.
You're healed way more than that. He just snaps his fingers, and you're like...
Oh. Oh. Okay, I'm good.
You're not only healed, you feel, if you had to put a word to it, juicy. You feel like you're juicier.
All right. I am going to. We'll wait on that. Okay.
I think that will earn us the explicit tag. Anyway.
It's not even the words. It's like the content behind what we're doing sometimes.
That's where we're going to leave our adventurers for this episode. But here's a little sneak peek at what's coming in the weeks ahead. And it turns out Farmer Hay pulls off his face. It was a mask. He's actually the Dark Priest.
Oh, God!
What is happening?
No, I saw it coming.
Thanks for listening to the second episode of the Matter of Drag podcast. We will be back with a new episode in 2 weeks on December 27th. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes. And do keep listening after the credits for a peek behind the DM screen as we bring you the conversation the boys had as they leveled up from level 1 to level 2. See you soon.
Hi, I'm Brendan.
And I'm Rob.
We're the hosts of the Rattlebox Games podcast, a bi-weekly romp through the fertile fields of the world of tabletop games.
Give us a listen. It's always a critical hit. Welcome back to the Matter of Drag podcast. We're here just going to do a few minutes while we level up from level 1 to level 2. As we mentioned before, these guys played some of a different game when we were setting up the characters. We played Fiasco, and then I think they've done enough that really, according to not only my whim, but the rules of Dungeons & Dragons, it would be an appropriate time for these guys to level up. So we're all going from level 1 to level 2, I guess except me.
No, the Dungeon Master is leveling up too.
Awesome.
Now you get access to bigger monsters.
I don't get access to much bigger dice because that's a big die we've got there on the table. This one. Here, I'll roll it.
Oh.
It's a large sound for a small number.
That's what the die said?
Sorry, I'm trying to find the optimal spot for my microphone.
You want it pointing at you, but you can push it back further.
Right. I was trying to get it in a good spot that's not going to interfere with the notebook, but also not fall in the crack of the table.
While we're playing this, Marty's so comfortable with leveling up, he's watching the Keanu Reeves movie, The Notebook. So he wants to have room for...
Was he in the Notebook?
I don't know. I just made that up.
He was in the Lake House.
There's a Notebook in the Lake House.
I met him when he was filming the Lake House. He's a nice guy.
All right. I don't know. Where should we start? Why don't we start with Marty, who's got a little more experience?
Leveling up for the rogue entails only 2 things.
One.
Let me find my 8-sided die. So, really, all I get to do as the rogue is to roll for additional hit points. So let's see.
Don't. All right. You can just ask for it.
Oh. Can I get the handbook, please?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I just rolled a 1.
I wouldn't do that.
So I get 1d8 plus my Constitution modifier, which is 3. So I got 4 more hit points.
Well, how about this? I will let you roll again. You can have that result minus that result.
Okay, so whatever I roll minus that 1.
If it's not on the tray, it doesn't happen.
Oh, okay.
Right? Should we agree?
All right, so I got 4 plus 3, so 7.
You can't complain too much.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It's better than
19 hit points. 4. I've got 2d8 hit dice.
Hey guys, I don't know if you made
rogue.
me angry, but I was looking at some of the encounters that are coming up. Holy buckets, you need hit points.
Guess who's going to be re-rolling a new character soon when my character dies?
I mean, mine's probably... Ugh.
I don't know.
All right.
I think as long as Benard just keeps vomiting the way he's been doing, the monsters are going to leave him alone.
That's true.
Fair enough. All right. So we've got... You've got your, 7 hit points that you went up?
So I went from 12 hit points to 19 hit points.
Nice.
The only other thing I get at level 2 is I get the power cunning action, which lets me take a bonus action on each of my turns in combat. I only have 1 turn in combat right now, but as I level up, I'll get more turns in combat, so it'll let me take a bonus action. But that bonus action can only be used to dash, disengage, or hide. Dash lets me move at double speed. Disengage means that my movement doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity, and hiding is hiding. Everybody knows what it is to hide.
Does anyone have the bonus action seek? So that if he does this while you're playing hide and... Anyway.
I get it.
All right. Is that all there is to your leveling
Yeah,
up?
that's all the rogue gets.
Okay.
He doesn't start getting good until level 3.
All right. Mario, do you want to go third?
I am going to say yes.
Okay. How far did you get down the leveling up process?
I think I'm good.
Do you want to tell us what changed when you leveled up from 1 to 2?
Yeah.
As a warlock?
I roll another 1d8, which I did, and
Okay.
I rolled that like 5 minutes ago.
What is it?
That is an 8.
All right.
But I have a -1 to, what is that again? Constitution. So it's a 7, which is why I need that 8.
Nice.
So I got 7, so I'm at 14 hit points now.
Oh my
which is
god!
not
If you had
terrible.
rolled a 1,
You're kidding me. You have 14 hit points. Wow.
Yeah, it's not good.
if you had rolled a 1, you wouldn't get any hit points.
Right.
That's actually true of you too, right? What was your
No,
mod?
if I had rolled a 1, I still would have gotten my my modifier.
Yeah, that's true. But I had taken away the 1
Yeah.
from you. Anyway. All right. And then anything else? I think you get some more other stuff.
Yeah, I get another spell that I know. So I took Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Always a great
that's-
spell.
Yeah. And now I have 2 first level spell slots.
Nice.
Tasha's so
And-
ugly when she laughs.
Some would say
Hideous.
hideous. And then also, what is that? Eldritch Invocations now.
Okay, nice.
So I
that's
get
a
2
real-
of those. And I took Agonizing Blast, which adds my Charisma modifier to Eldritch Blast's damage,
Okay.
which is pretty good. I think that is a 4? No, my Charisma modifier is a 2. So that's extra 2 damage. And then also I took Armor of Shadows, which I get to cast Mage Armor at will, no spell slot.
Wow.
I just get to do it,
Nice.
which is nice. That just gives me a 13 instead of an 11 AC.
Nice.
Or on anybody else as well.
If we end up leveling up again, then things really change for you, right?
Yeah, then I get like a pact
Yeah,
boon.
that's when you get your pact moon, which is cool. So you could get a familiar.
Ah, yes, I could.
Anyway,
Or a book.
yeah,
Or a knife, I
weapon?
think. Yeah.
some sort of
like
weapon.
a knife that disappears and reappears.
And then were there any other changes? Or was that
I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for now. Its 3rd level is going to kick off for the Warlock.
all right? So Mario, you're going to change a lot this level, and actually not insignificantly next level. But
It looks like it, and it's a little overwhelming because it looks like I get a bit of swag.
you're actually looking at the most important chart.
Right.
What page are you on in the player's handbook?
In the player's handbook, I am on page 57.
All right, and for going to level 2, could you read across for us?
Yeah. At the second level, I get to channel divinity, and I don't understand what that is. It says, I guess it's 1 per rest.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. It's actually just after that table they talk about what that means.
Okay. And then I get a divine domain feature.
Mm-hmm. So you have to choose a domain. Did you read up on domains?
Yeah, I did.
Do you have one that you're thinking about?
Yeah, actually, I already picked one.
Oh, nice. Which did you choose? They're so cool. That's such a difference from the old cleric to that. I sometimes am a Advanced Dungeons and Dragons First Edition apologist, which I don't feel like it needs apologies, but that's a nice change they made. But anyway, so which domain did you choose? That's the long way of saying which domain did you choose?
I'm going with light domain,
Oh,
which is actually really ironic for Raven
Yes, it
because
is.
he's so, like,
shady.
emo to say the least. But
All right,
it's
Maybe
kind
on
of a yin and yang.
sure.
Maybe on the inside he feels like he wants to be.
Yeah, I think eventually Raven's gonna come around, or he'll go and he'll like channel it when he really needs to.
Yeah.
Excellent. And then what did you pick up with the light domain?
With the light domain, I get since first level, I actually had the light cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
I have access to Burning Hands and Fairy Fire.
Mm-hmm.
And now on my second level, it says something about my channel divinity is Radiance of the Dawn,
Uh-huh.
which sounds pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So, according to the handbook,
Which is a good thing to refer to.
it says starting at second level, you can use your channel divinity to harness sunlight, banishing darkness, and dealing radiant damage to your foes. As an action, you present your holy symbol, and any magical darkness within 30 feet of you is dispelled. Additionally, each hostile creature within 30 feet of you makes a constitution saving throw. A creature takes radiant damage equal to 2d10 plus your cleric level.
Mm-hmm.
And then on a failed saving throw, and half as much damage on a successful one.
Yeah. If they make the save, they still take damage,
Yeah,
but half as
But
much.
not as much.
Right,
Okay.
right. Well, 2d10 plus, that's a lot.
That's a boatload of damage.
That's a good amount of damage.
So, what am I? Essentially like the
You're doing
the
damage.
Jean Grey of...
yes, you are. Yeah, so that's what the channel divinity is, and it's sort of to a certain extent like you have 3 types of spell. You have your cantrips that you can just keep popping off.
Mm-hmm.
You have your leveled spell slots, which you can use, depending on how many you have access to. You can use those, at this point, how many do you have now? 3 spell slots, I think? I think you have 3 spell slots now. And then you have these divine interventions that you can manifest. Yeah, you have 3 first level spell slots now.
Yeah.
You've chosen the 3 spells that you're going to, have locked and loaded. Although, I guess, 3 cantrips, 3 spells. Now, Marty, that isn't necessarily how many spells he knows, is it?
I'd have to look at the book, but I think for clerics it might be. Look, does it have a spells known column for the cleric?
Spell slots per level.
So they don't have a spells known?
He has cantrips known. It doesn't say spells known, though.
Right. Well, because the difference being, I'm pretty sure priests have access to every spell that they, that they're, every priest spell that's like a general priest spell they have access to, and then also whatever their domain is, they have access to all those spells. It's just they have to prepare which ones. Whereas the wizards and sorcerers, they have to actually find new spells.
So if we want to play with that as opposed to playing that he can cast any cleric spell, the rule is, and I'm sorry for not knowing that off the top of my head, that it's your wisdom modifier plus your cleric level, which to a minimum of 1, which is nice. If for some reason your cleric's wisdom is -2, you don't know less than 1 spell. What is your wisdom modifier, Mario?
4.
Right.
4. So you can choose 6 of the spells in the light domain and just general cleric spells.
So he doesn't have spell slots.
He does.
Oh, he does have spell slots.
So they're the ones
but
he
these
knows.
are the things he can know.
So
it's just okay.
it's basically I'll have 6 ready, but I can cast 3.
So you'll have 6 ready, but it could be like if one of them is create turtle, you could create 3 turtles.
Oh, yes.
Boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom. Even though you had destroy ostrich, you don't have to use each. So you
Oh my
can mix
god,
it
I
up
want
however
those
you
spells. Destroy ostrich. And
No
create
offense
turtle.
to the ostrich listeners.
Now here's the thing I'm going to tell you guys. There's a beach not far from here on the banks of the river. It's a sandy beach. There are 2 grains of sand on that beach, one of which imbues the carrier with the spell create turtle, the other destroy ostrich. So if you want to spend the next, I'd say 10 or 12 episodes searching, you can only be holding that 1 piece of sand. So anyway.
I think we've got a new quest.
I think we've got a new podcast.
Oh, I should take that invocation. There's an invocation for detect magic. I could just detect magic on the beach and be like, it's those 2.
I want detect ostrich.
Detect ostrich.
Nope, no ostriches around here.
Of course not. I destroyed them all. All right. Did you increase your hit points?
I did not.
Why don't we do that? Roll a d8. Right? I believe all of you have a d8 hit die.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, plus Constitution.
3. So 6 points.
Yeah. So what does that bring you up to total?
17.
Nice. So 17, 17, 19? I thought you had a...
Wait, if he started at 11? How's that? Oh, that could be 8 plus 3. Right, so it would have been.
11.
Okay, yeah, D8. I was trying to see if you could get more.
He's trying to hook you up.
Yeah, I was trying to be awesome.
All right. Maybe you can, as we're going, maybe you can choose your additional spells. You get at least 1 by those rules. So I think you had Sacred Flame, Spare the Dying, Thaumaturgy.
Well, that's
those
of
are
my cantrips.
All right, so then you need 3 spells too. Or I guess now you need 6 spells. And then do you have a corresponding number of appropriate spells prepared?
Oh, I just know 3, and I have 2 slots. So,
okay, all right.
Yeah,
so, but did it go up or anything?
Yeah, I knew 2 last time and had 1 slot, so now it's up to 3 and 2.
At that point, that's a significant change.
Yeah, and I don't get any more cantrips, which is weird, but it's fine. Invocations
or
yeah, I think 4th level I get 3.
oh,
It's slow. Warlocks don't really gain a whole lot of spells.
You're slow.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. I mean, the most I'll ever get is 4 spell slots.
At like 20th level?
Yep.
Wow.
And 4 cantrips. None. But I mean, all of the invocations I can have.
Well,
Plus
there you go.
I mean, I can just basically start casting things.
All right. Well, I think that's most of leveling up, right? Mario, are you comfortable with where you are?
Yep.
Marty?
Oh, yeah, I have no choice.
There you go. Benjamin?
Yep, I'm good.
All right.
I feel better.
Good. Well, you do feel better. You feel like 8, 9,
7.
7.
I
Oh,
feel
7
double
hit points
double
better.
as healthy.
There you go. All right. Thanks for listening, boys and girls. And we'll see you at the next full episode when the boys continue on their adventure. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Brought to you by Rattlebox Games.